Hey Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. Thanks for joining me. Also welcome cross watchers. So this will be a general Sarah daily love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for September 2025. These are general and collective messages, you know, take it how it resonates. Please like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification. Okay, so what are the love messages for Sagittarius for September 2025? What do we need to know for Sagittarius? Okay, first one out, Five of Wands. Could be dealing with a fellow fire sign. Okay, Three of Swords. Could be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be dealing with someone from your past. Water sign. Could be dealing with a Taurus or an Aquarius. It could be someone's that's in a third party situation. There's aroused disagreements, conflict. Could be their karmic partner. Could be a mum figure. Someone could be expecting here. Got Six of Cups. Maybe somebody wants to come back from their past, or there's definitely third party drama going on here. Okay. Maybe somebody who wants to start a new relationship with you, such as a water sign, but someone's mum is in the way. You know, there's rows going on within the family. That's what I feel here. Yeah. Some people could be starting a new relationship. Could be somebody coming back from your past. Also, this could be the divine feminine energy here as well, the Empress. Okay. Also, someone could have been craving that since childhood. You know, love from their mum. Someone who's very kind and nurturing and down to earth. You know. Also, I do feel this is someone here who wants to reconnect with you. You've got past person energy here. Someone who's very nostalgic. And I do feel that someone here is giving birth to new ideas, very creative. Someone's definitely expecting here, embracing their inner child. Someone here who's very kind and nurturing, connected to the earth and the elements, very outdoorsy. Someone here is very in tune with her emotions. She's all about the love, you know. She's very spiritual as well, the Empress. She's very mothering, you know. Someone who's definitely expecting. Okay, come on, please. Definitely starting a new relationship with a water sign. That's what I feel here. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like someone from the past is coming back to resolve issues with you. In the past, I feel, Sagittarius, that someone could have been non-committal and closed off. And I feel that a third-party situation came between you. Which caused rows, painful separation, heartbreak, loss, betrayal, you know, and I feel that they didn't give you much in the past, because you've got Six of Pentacles. So maybe they were emotionally closed off, protecting their heart, guarded. Someone could have had kids with someone else, but someone wants to resolve something. They want peace here, love. You know, they want to bring romance to the situation. They might want to have kids with you. You know, in the past, maybe they invested time in the wrong people. You know, they suffered money losses maybe. But they definitely want to come back and give more to the situation, invest more with the Six of Pentacles. Somebody here is very kind. Somebody here is very charitable. They just want to give you love, give you emotion, you know, show you emotion. As I said, I feel this person, you've known them for a long time. Could have been before childhood. Also, we've got Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. Someone who's very spiritual. Yeah. Definitely starting a new relationship. Or resurrecting of an old twin. You know, resurrect the spark. Someone from your past is definitely coming back with that Six of Cups. Ooh, straight out the deck. Three of Wands. Okay. They really do value you as a person, but I feel that they didn't let that on in the past. Okay, Two of Cups sticking out. Some of you could be getting married. I do feel that this person is kind of... It's like they're waiting. They're planning, thinking, preparing, you know. So they're waiting maybe for a restriction to be lifted or something like that. You could be doing mirror work. You've got the Two of Cups. So someone here from your past is definitely coming back for union, for a reconciliation, to offer you their cup of love, for a brand new start. to bring love to the situation, you know, affection, romance, wanting to give you a gift. They just want to heal this connection with you. I do feel that they could have family rows going on presently, you know, could be a mum figure, that's the karmic. But in the past there was a third party interference and outside influence, and that's why they were so closed off. They could have kids with their third party situation. They were very closed off emotionally, you know, they didn't give you much. But this time around they're going to give you a lot of clarity, a lot of truth, show you emotion, show you love. Definitely starting a new relationship here with an earth sign or a water sign. Could be a fellow fire sign. I do feel that they're waiting for the restrictions to be lifted. This is a very sacred and spiritual connection, a very strong bond that you've got. You are a Sagittarius, so you're born under the sign of the Archer, so you're protected anyway. I do feel there's a lot of chemistry here, and this person really wants to put things right, apologise, be mature, be civilised. It's like they see you as a little ray of sunshine, you know, they feel at home with you, happy with you. I feel that they invested their time in all the wrong people, and they suffered betrayal, heartache, loss. Also, I feel that they suffered money losses as well, you know. Okay, we've got Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are definitely expecting. Someone here wants this whole happy families. Yeah, someone here is very family orientated. Ten of Pentacles just flew out the deck. Okay. Yeah, you might want to help each other to heal. Yeah. It's like someone's waiting for a restriction to be lifted or something like that, before they bring in their sort of truth, you know, and bring clarity to the situation, you know, making a decision. Maybe in the past they were very sharp with their words, very closed off emotionally. But with this Ace of Swords, you're definitely, some of you, quite a lot of you actually, are starting a new relationship where it's based on truth, where it's based on compassion, you know, love, stability, feeling grounded, feeling centered. Someone here wants to just give you everything, you know, everything that you deserve. Yeah, their crown chakra is activating, is opening. They've got their head screwed on, you know, they're seeing things differently, feeling inspired, feeling motivated. Also, this is about banishing things from their life that's not good for them, setting their, you know, standing their ground, setting boundaries, cutting cords with things that aren't good, you know, banishing bad things out of their life, resolving any conflict and issues that they've got with you, bringing light to the situation, healing their heart, okay, clearing any third party misunderstandings or interferences. And with this Ace of Swords, they're definitely coming in here to show you emotion, show you love. This could be happening presently, and truth and clarity, really standing in their power here, you know, changing their outlook, changing their perspective, you know, really wanting to heal this connection with you. Also with this Ten of Pentacles, this is about, you know, happy families, feeling complete, success, victory. Yeah, this reconciliation is going to be very victory. There's going to be a lot of victory. Yeah, they want to bring love to the situation now. You know, they miss romance, intimacy. Yeah. Okay. Any more, please, on this Ten of Pentacles? Some of you could be purchasing a new car, getting a new house, coming into some sort of inheritance. You know, investing. They really want to invest. That's what I keep hearing. Invest. They just miss love, passion. Yeah. Really wanting to resolve. Wow. Resolve any conflicts. So there's definitely truth and clarity coming in, and a love offer coming in from a water sign, an earth sign, an air sign, or a fellow fire sign. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands. So someone's had a reality check. You know, something is beckoning them. Look, wake up call to, you know, like I said, set boundaries, toxic third parties, outside influences, banish things from your life that aren't good for you, yeah? To make way for better things, you know, changing their outlook. Look, so there's definitely communication coming in here from someone, yeah? You know, it could be an unexpected message from a past person. It could be a new person coming in, but I do feel this is all the same person, Sagittarius. Definitely communication coming in. Some of you are definitely expecting, okay, because you've got the 8 here and the Empress. Yeah. If anyone has lost anyone recently, please accept my condolences. Because I'm really tuning into the energy of the Three of Swords. There's been a lot of pain and suffering and backstabbing and betrayal, loss. Okay, also some of you could be expecting or finding out that you're expecting. You could be waiting to hear news about that. You might want to expand your family, sort of thing. There's definitely going to be union here. You see each other as a soulmate, twin flame person. You could be doing mirror work, you know, addressing any problems that you have within yourself. So could your person. You know, you could be mirroring each other. You know, it's like you want to drink from the same cup, sort of thing. Yeah, you don't want anyone else involved, anyone else interfering. Yeah, they really want to build something with you. Yeah. Okay, tell me more about this 8 of Wands. That Ace of Swords is really talking to me. Very powerful energy. Okay, so we have got the Magician. Okay, so they definitely want to manifest this connection, manifest you back into their life. They're doing a lot of planning, preparing, anticipating, coming up with creative ideas, strategizing, realizing that they have the power, they can do this, using their initiative, going from within. You know, their feelings for you are eternal. You know, they've always been there. They've never gone away. Okay. And like I said, they're really tuning into the Magician mode at the moment. As I said, you know, I've got the power, I can do this. You know, creative ways, creative ideas to approach you, to talk to you, to send you a message. Yeah. It's like they want to build with you, you know, from the ground up. That's what I feel. He's very creative, the Magician. Very romantic as well. Yeah, I keep seeing a lot of flowers and roses. So I feel someone here is very romantic. Okay. Any more, please? What's about the Magician? Tell me more about this Magician, Sagittarius. Okay. Someone's really going from within here, and someone here is very spiritual. So you could have a very spiritual connection with your person, very sacred, special, strong bond. I do believe this person is respecting your boundaries at the moment, and that's why they could be holding back as well. So we've got the Hermit. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. Okay, someone here is really going within, you know, gaining clarity, gaining momentum, like I said, using their initiative, you know, really going within. Could be in isolation, could be in hermit mode, but they really do want to bring light to the situation and reveal who they are. You know, if they've been contacting you and not saying who they are, running away. But, you know, it's like they're giving birth to new ideas here. That's what I feel. You know, they're being creative, because the Empress is about being creative. Giving birth to new ideas. Yeah. As I said, someone here is definitely expecting or wants to have kids with someone. Also, this Hermit card tells me that someone here has been on a journey, a spiritual journey, and they've had some sort of realization, some sort of, you know, awakening, some sort of, you know, something's just hit them and made them just turn a light on, and, you know, just being creative and giving birth to new ideas. You know, she's very creative, she's very in tune with herself, but very in tune with her emotions, and in tune with her intuition. Yeah, she's very creative. She just wants to create peace. She's like a diplomat, you know, the Empress. She wants peace. She wants love. She wants things to be fair. That's why this person is coming in with their sword of truth. Yeah. There could be in isolation mode at the moment. You know, you're in separation. It's painful. Maybe you can't see each other at the moment. They're feeling lonely. They're feeling sad. You know. Also, he's very wise, the Hermit. Yeah. You're definitely dealing with someone who is very spiritual. Okay. Tell me more about this Hermit. It's like they had the power all along, but they just needed to realise that. Yeah? It's like they're being intuitively guided towards the light. Look, the universe has stepped in. You know, there's divine intervention here, and they're helping them, guiding them. You know, showing them the way towards you, coming up with creative ideas, giving birth to new ideas. You know, Again, look, this reminds me of the river of life, you know, flow of abundance, flow of emotions, love, things growing, things manifesting. Look, yeah, definitely someone here who's very creative and giving birth to new ideas and planning and thinking the best way to manifest this, to approach this. Yeah, tell me more about this Hermit of the Sag. Yeah, someone here is definitely going for a spiritual awakening. It's like they want to go with their own judgment, you know, really listening to that inner voice, using their initiative, you know, going deeper, you know, into their sort of inner voice, subconscious mind. Like I said, they're definitely going with their own, going through some sort of judgment, some sort of change, some sort of clarity, some sort of you know, spiritual development, but especially a spiritual awakening, really embracing their spirituality, you know, a rebirth, you know, rebirth, change, you know, they really want to resurrect this connection with you. Definitely giving birth to new ideas here. Also with this judgment, they're going to make a judgment call. That's what I feel here. Making a decision, yeah? Choices, decisions, yeah? They're doing a lot of prioritizing at the moment, yeah? Realizing that you are the one for them, yeah? A wake-up call. Definitely transitioning going on here as well. You know, they could have transitioned into someone very mature. Maybe in the past, I don't feel that they were very honest and open about their feelings, like I said. But with this judgment card, I feel that it's coming to sort of guide them and help them tune into their intuition, listen to their inner voice, you know, trust their own judgment, go with their intuition, make that judgment call, make a decision, you know. It's like they've been reborn, you know, and they want to resurrect this connection with you as well, you know. This is about saying goodbye to old ways as well. Old cycles, old ways. Anyone's judgment. It's like someone wants to speak their truth. But, yeah, they need to make a conscious decision. Someone here really wants to speak their truth. They're really sort of trapped. But this is some of you trapped in their subconscious mind. Someone here really needs to make a conscious decision. Okay, and sort of come out of that sort of trapped sort of stage here. So you've got the Two of Swords. They could still be involved with a third party situation, and they don't know how to get out of it. They feel trapped. Also, this could be them trapped in their own head as well. You know, like I said, they need to make a conscious decision here. Yeah, they need to make a decision. They need to be a bit more. Oh, what was that? Hang on a minute. Tell me more about this Two of Swords. Someone's definitely stuck. They could be around a fellow fire sign. Yeah, you could be dealing with an Aries. They could be dealing with an Aries. Could be around a controlling fire sign. As I said, I picked up past energy, but presently they could still be around a fellow fire sign, a controlling Aries, and they're stuck, look, and they don't know how to make a decision. Somebody could be expecting. They feel stuck, trapped, stagnation, repetitive cycles going on. You know, also I pick up someone here who's very arrogant and egotistical and controlling, very, very, very alpha male sort of thing. And this is why they're feeling stuck. They can't seem to gain order, gain balance within themselves, stand their ground, set boundaries. Someone might need to make a decision between a new person and an old person. You could have a new person coming in, could have an Aries coming in, and then you're going to have to make a decision between a new person and an old person. You know, maybe someone's gone through some sort of painful judgment, some sort of painful truth, you know, and they've had to come to terms with it. Okay, can you tell me more about this Emperor and this Two of Swords? There's a lot of two here, so someone's definitely juggling more than one person. Plus you've got the Three of Swords, yeah. There could be rows going on within the third party, rows going on within a home environment, you know. Also with this Emperor, he is passionate, but he likes to be in charge, you know, he likes to be on top of things. He's all about order, balance, structure, security. Could be someone in charge of their own business, you know. And I just feel that they're around someone juggling more than one person, definitely. Tell me more about this Emperor. Wow. Oh, yeah, there's definitely a third party situation. Could be same-sex relationship here. It could be around a fire sign that's quite controlling. Could be around a water sign. I think it's this Emperor. That's the third party interference here. There's rows, disagreements, conflicts, you know. Someone's come to some sort of painful realization, some sort of truth. It's like they want to reach out to you, but they can't because there's still a third party interference. You know, Three of Cups. Also, they could want a renewal with you, but maybe you're standing in your ground, standing in your power, being authoritative. Maybe you're not having it. You're setting boundaries. You know, they feel stuck. They're conflicted, you know, between making a subconscious and a conscious decision, if you know what I mean. And I just feel it's like they want to build and manifest with you. You know, you really grow on each other. There's a third party interference here. Someone needs to walk away from something. Tell me more about this Three of Cups and this Emperor, the Sagittarius, please. Any more on this Three of Cups? Wow. And I just said this as well. Two of Pentacles, they're definitely juggling a third party situation. Yep. There's a lot of 2s and 3s here, guys. Also, like I said, again, you've got the infinity symbol. The feelings for you are eternal. It looks that way. They want something real, eternal, you know, long term. But they are juggling third party interferences here. They're juggling more than one person and they're struggling, look, to make a decision here. You know, the person that they're around could be very sharp with their words and very controlling. Maybe she's manipulating him with, or saying that she's expecting, you know, and someone's juggling more than one person. Yep, between you and someone else, they need to make a decision. Okay, ooh, what's that? Okay. I don't feel there's any balance here at the moment. I know they want to set boundaries and stuff, but at the moment I don't feel there's any balance in their life. You know, there's too much balancing between two people, multiple lovers. Anyone on the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Cups? The person that are around could be a bit of an alcohol person. A party animal, if you will. Okay, someone's definitely going to be walking away from something. Eight of Cups. Yeah, someone's definitely going to be walking away from something. Why do I feel that they're involved with a fire sign? Whoever you're dealing with, there's a controlling fire sign around them. This Emperor. You could have a new person coming in. But because the Three of Cups came out just after, I keep getting hiccups. I think your person is very nervous to make a decision, or they're scared to. You know, could be a very toxic third party situation that they're in. There's a lot of rows going on, betrayal. And like I said, there's a lot of juggling, look, between two people. Maybe that's why the Judgment card is there, guys. Because their inner voice is telling them, look, you need to make a decision. Go with your own judgment, go with your intuition. Walk away, look. See? Eight of Cups, someone's going to be walking away, look. Because it doesn't fulfill them emotionally. You know, because they want to be with you. They want a new start with you, look. This could be you walking away, Sagittarius. Because you've had enough, look. You've found out a painful truth. The other person's got kids. You know, you could be yearning and craving intimacy with someone else. You know, you're saying something better, please. The happy family home environment. The Fool, look. Maybe you want to take the leap of faith. Maybe you want someone better, something better. Yeah? maybe you're going to have to make a choice between the old person from the past and then this new person, because I feel there's been a lot of drama here. There's too many influences. Ow, just clicked my thumb. There's too many outside influences here, third party interferences. There's parents interfering here. Someone here is going to take the leap of faith to walk away. Look, they're going with their own judgment. Look, yeah, you know, they've come to their senses. They're going to walk away to something that's more beneficial to their life, that's more emotionally fulfilling, you know, pursuing their heart's desires, like I said, taking a risk, you know. And I think that you just want this new start now. Look, you need to go on a journey. You need to spend time by yourself, yeah. Maybe you want to withdraw from the world, just disconnect for a bit, withdraw from social media, because it's too painful, Sagittarius. You might want to manifest something better, manifest your dreams, your abundance. You know, even if this person tries to come back, you might give them a chance. There's definitely going to be a choice between a new person and an old person, okay? But quite a few of you, yes, you'll be walking away to focus on yourself, going on a journey, traveling, a self-growth journey. You might need to do mirror work, address something within yourself, give birth to new ideas, being creative. You know, just you gain clarity, you heal from it, you learn from it, and you walk away. You use your initiative. Do you want a new start, out with the old and with the new? Are you going to take charge? Are you going to stand your ground? Are you going to set boundaries? Are you going to cut your losses? Or do you want to go back to the past? Yeah? Yeah? It's up to you, isn't it, Sagittarius? But someone's definitely walking away here with this Eight of Cups, because they want a new start. I feel that they're saying something new, please. You know, you might want to speak your truth, set boundaries. Look, you're standing your ground. You know, you're giving birth to a new idea, and that is to walk away. You know, you might need to work on yourself for a bit. Look. Okay, someone's definitely being intuitively guided towards the light. Okay, like I said, Virgo energy, Aquarius energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, fellow fire sign. Too much drama and pain here. That's what I feel with this Fool. Someone is definitely having a new beginning, a new start, a new chapter. That's what I keep hearing here. Yeah, they want to go on a spiritual journey, you know, a self-growth journey. They want to go traveling here, you know, and just feeling very spontaneous, and you know, you just want to manifest and create your own abundance. Hold on a sec. Anyone on this Fool? Okay, what was that? Because oh, hang on a minute. Because someone here feels left out in the cold and stuck. With the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, that's how this person's making you feel. So maybe you're saying something better, please. You might want to go with the new person that's coming in, such as a fire sign. Five of Pentacles. You know, it's like something has opened up your eyes to something. You've gained perspective. You know, you've had a wake-up call. Look, you might need to do transformation. You know, you might need to do your transitioning stage or period. You know, with this Five of Pentacles, it's like someone here feels stuck, left out in the cold, heartbroken. They feel lost, they're stuck, they don't know what to do, and someone's just going to make that conscious decision to just walk away. They're just saying something better, please, or you'll go with this new person, or you'll reconnect with the old person. There's just so much third party interferences here. Again, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You know, someone is cold. They feel out in the cold, but they're being cold towards someone. That's what I feel here. And I just feel someone here is definitely going through some sort of transition or transformation. You know, they've had this wake-up call and they're going to say, I want this new start. Look, out with the old, in with the new relationship with someone else. You've got the Death card. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. See? Powerful changes, transformation. Look, go on a journey. You just want something new. Look, you're giving birth to new ideas. I feel that you're saying to the universe, something new, please. I want a change. I want a new start. learning to embrace change, you know, mastering strength and balance, being balanced within yourself, being tuned within yourself. You might want to set boundaries and stand your ground. There's someone who definitely needs to make a decision, and I feel someone here is definitely walking away from something that doesn't serve them anymore. You know, it's letting go of old ways. Look, old cycles, yeah? The Judgment and the Death card. You know, letting go of an old way of thinking, an old life. And you're saying something new, please. I want something better. Something more abundant, where there's not so much outside interference. You know, that's why the Death card's there. It's served its purpose. It's, you know, it's reached its climax. It's time to say goodbye to that chapter. As painful as it is, you know, you might want to manifest somebody new into your life. You could have a new person coming in. Yeah. You might need to do a transformation journey, yeah? It's time to let go of something. Yep. See? It's time to let go. Look. You might have been hanging on to it very tightly. Your person could have been hanging on to a third party situation very tightly. Yeah? Four of Pentacles. Yeah? So regardless, you know, whether you want to go with the old person or a new person, I do feel with the Death card and the Four of Pentacles, it's saying it's time to let something go. For a new beginning. Look, taking that leap of faith, something new. Go with your own judgment, you know. Trust your own judgment. Yeah? And even if that means withdrawing, you know, disconnecting, going on your own journey, you just want to go it alone. I feel here that you're going to go it alone for a little bit. You know, maybe you want to focus on your pentacles, your grain. You know, maybe you was holding on to it so tightly because you thought this person was going to change. Maybe you want to focus on your family. You know, it's time to let something go. That's what I'm hearing. Also your person, maybe they're into the habit of materialistic things. Money, power, could be the third party. She's manipulating him with money, you know. But someone here is definitely letting something go because they want a new start with this Fool. Okay, and they needed to gain clarity. Look, they're being intuitively guided towards the light. Like I said, go from within, listen to that inner voice, go with your own judgment. Look, to make that conscious decision to let go of things that aren't good for you, so you can have this new beginning, this new start. Someone here is craving freedom here as well, feeling liberated. Yeah, could be embracing your inner child here, Sagittarius. And I just feel, yeah, it's time to let go of this cycle. Something more beneficial to your life. Yeah, might want to go back to a happy place from your childhood. You know, a safe place, a sanctuary. Yeah. Out with the old, in with the new, and you will be, you know, you're gaining clarity. But I just feel that you want a new start for yourself at the moment. You know, focus on yourself at the moment. Yeah, you're saying something better, please. You know. All right, Sagittarius. I hope it helped. I hope it was insightful. Let me know in the comment section. If you're new, give me a like, give me a subscribe, join my channel. If you need to know anything, just give me an email and I'll get back to you. And yeah, I'll see you again real soon for some more readings, Sagittarius. Peace, love and blessings.